If you like them stories, I got one for you. About a young boy who lived down by the bayou. They called this boy Jacques, and he lived in a house with his old mama and a little brown mouse. Now, Jacques and mama, they show po that's for true, and sometimes they worry what they gonna do. They ain't got no rice and they ain't got no beans. Their shelves, they all empty like you've never seen. They know they need food and they need that food now, and so they decided to sell their old cow. Jacques tie up that cow with a rope he done found, then walk down the road that lead right into town. When Jacques get to town, he put up a sign that say, "Cow for sale, y'all. Now don't she look fine?" The people pass by and they say, "Woo, she is nice. If that cow was twins, you could sell that cow twice." But one man walk by, then he stop and walk back. He say, "May, that cow sure is fine. That's a fact. Now, how much do you think that cow's worth, mon ami?" And Jacques smile and say, "I don't know. You tell me." That man lean way back, and he squint both his eyes. He pooch out his lips, and he make a big sigh. He walk around that cow with his arms folded tight, then say, "I think 5 magic beans is 'bout right." Jacques twists up his fingers inside of his ear, 'cause he don't believe what he think he done here. 5 magic beans? You must think that you funny. Them beans may be magic, but I need some money. The man say to Jacques, "You could live like a king. With 5 magic beans, you could have anything. Don't pass up this chance, 'cause it may be your last. If you want these beans, then you got to act fast." So Jacques, he think to himself about what he should do. He know that them beans sound too good to be true. But he trade his cow for them beans that man got, and Jacques say, "Mama gonna thank me a lot." But that's not exactly what happened that day. When Jacques told Mama, "Cher, don't say hooray." Instead, she done act like she gonna pass out. Her face turn all red, then she starts to shout, "You went to the town with a cow and come back with nothing but 5 little beans in a sack? Now whatever made you believe that, old man? May, all we got now is them beans in your hand." She snatch up them beans, then she squeeze them real hard. She throw them outside and they land in the yard. She turn around to Jacques and she make a big frown. "Now go to your room until I can cool down." The next day, when Jacques go to look out the door, his eyes, they see something they don't see before. Out front in the yard, there ain't no place to walk, and that's 'cause the whole yard be full of beanstalk. That beanstalk is taller around than a tree. The top is so high that it's too tall to see. "I knew that them beans had some magic," Jacques shout. "They grow in our yard when Mama threw them out. I bet if I climb past the clouds to the top, I'll find exactly where this beanstalk stop." Jacques grab him a branch and then he start to climb. He get to the top, but it take a long time. Jacques find that the tip of the beanstalk done lay in front of a castle that's big, tall, and gray. The door of that castle be 20 feet tall. He can't get it open 'cause Jacques, he's too small. Jacques knock on the door, and it don't take too long. The door swing wide open, but there's something wrong. The lady who answered the door look real mean. She don't look like nothing that Jacques ever seen. But then she sees Jacques and she say, "Ah, ain't that cute? This boy be my door ain't as big as my boot." And soon a big smile come all over her face. "I make coubion. Maybe you like a taste?" Then Jacques say, "Merci, that is my favorite dish. I love coubillon when I get that red fish. That lady gives Jacques all the food he can eat, and Jacques, he's so hungry, he eat it too sweet. Then just as he take the last bite, Jacques hears something loud, and it give him a fright. That sound make his hand stare right up on his head. The sound was the voice of a man, and it said, I smell me some cayenne when I sniff the air. So that means a Cajun round here somewhere. It's time for my lunch, and I think I'll have some when I find that Cajun, ya fee fi fo fum. Mon Dieu, say the lady, the giant come back. You better go hide, for you end up his snack. Jacques jump in the bread box and quick close the door, and in walked the giant, and he say once more, I smell me some cayenne when I sniff the air, so that means a Cajun round here somewhere. It's time for my lunch, and I think I'll have some when I find that Cajun, y'all fee fi fo fum. The giant, he sniff and he make a frown face. Now where's that Cajun? I know he's around. The lady shout back, what are you talking about? There's nobody here. Don't you make all that shout. The cayenne you smell is what I sprinkled on the red fish when I made this nice coubillon. Now sit yourself down and I fix you a plate. This might be the best lunch that you ever ate. The giant sat down and he eat all that food, but that still don't help him get in a good mood. He pushed back his plate, then he stand on his legs and he roar, where's my chicken that lay golden eggs? Jacques think to himself, golden eggs? That's for true? That's something most chickens don't know how to do. A chicken like that would be something to see. And whoo! Think how rich that old giant must be. Jacques slip out of the bread box and crawl on the floor and watch as the giant walk out the back door. He hear from the yard lots of crackles and squawks, and soon that old giant come back with a box. And inside that box, Jacques could see on the straw the skinniest chicken that he ever saw. Jacques think to himself, now I know this ain't right. That chicken looks like it done been up all night. Along, shout the giant, I'm waiting on you. I want me some eggs made of gold, that's for true. Now let me an egg, shout the giant real rough. The chicken starts shaking and she starts to puff. That bird closed her eyes and she try her best and she lay one small egg of pure gold in that nest. But laying that egg where that chicken plumb out. When she fell asleep, that old giant, he shout, wake up, you bird! You got more work to do! You laid me one egg, but I got to have two. But it was no use. That bird can't lay no more. The giant gets mad and he storm out the door. Now Jacques climb on the table and say to the hen, psst, wake up, Madame Poulard. He'll be back again. If you want to go, I will take you with me. You can stay with the giant, or you can be free. I want to be free, say the chicken, for true. I ain't staying here, boy. I'm going with you. They climb off the table and jump on the floor. Just when that giant walked back through the door. What's this, say the giant? I know I was right. I see me that Cajun here in plain sight. I need me some dessert, and I think you'll do fine. You run if you want, but you gonna be mine. Pardon, Monsieur Giant, Jacques say with a smile. You couldn't catch me if you ran for a mile. And then just to make that old giant get really mad, Jacques did something very disrespectful that we don't ever do. Around and around that big castle they ran, the chicken and Jacques and the big giant man, till finally they ran out the door they found, the place where the beanstalk done lay in the ground. Then Jacques and the chicken slide down the big vine and land on the ground by Mama's old clothesline. Before that old giant could start to slide down, Jacques chopped down the vine and it fall on the ground. And things sure were different for everyone then, 'cause Jacques let Mama have that magic hen. Mama treat that hen like it's her favorite pet. That hen lay more eggs than she ever did yet. I don't know for sure if that story is true, but down where the Cajuns lived on the bayou, when they tell them stories, they sure like to talk about that boy Jacques and his magic beanstalk.